Everlight Solar Studios in Madison. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live out and about in Milwaukee. We are at Who's on Layton. Yes, that's right. Who's on Layton until 5 o'clock. The brand new restaurant and bar here in Milwaukee. You can stop by after work. They have everything you need. You can enjoy a nice cold Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Cheese curds, wings, sandwiches, burgers. They got it all at the brand new bar, and I pulled up and I was like, wow, this is good. I already feel like I got a taste of Vegas back in my life. They got slots and different things you can do here. But this, like I said, is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust. He's Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
What's up? So happy to be here at Who's on Layton in the city.
414. The 414 hour at Foe is going to hit a little bit different today, being out and about in Milwaukee. And 6-time, 6-year NFL punter Brad Norton with us. Say what up, Brad.
Hey, what up? Taking KBN on the road. Loving it out here.
Yeah, it's finally nice to have you guys with me on the road, because I know, again, I was at the Stadium Swim out in Vegas, but now we're together. The view is great. It is not like we had, but again, check it out. Who's on Layton? Brand new bar. You got to try the food. I've already surveyed people all around. They're loving it. Great place, brand new. I can see they're getting ready for a Halloween-themed party, so make sure you're with that.
Now I got to ask. So on some of these doors, particularly the bathroom doors, there's like a crime scene yellow tape, and I was like, oh, should I?
I didn't know if it was construction too. I was like, is this the right door, the wrong door? But it's the right door.
Yeah.
You go through and you end up here. 800-990-3776 is the number to get into the show. You can also find us on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Now, as we are getting ready to do this show, we learned that, Brad changed times on us, Kyle, like 15 times last night. It turned into how can we make Brad have the easiest possible way of getting to the airport is what we found out today. We didn't know what he was doing to us yesterday.
He was finagling, going back and forth.
Yeah. But he definitely we found out why.
Yeah, I want you guys to accommodate to me. It's all about me.
The 6-time, 6-year punter. Okay.
That's right. I'm used to schedules revolving around me. So what's happening is it's Lexi, my wife's, her mom's 60th birthday on Sunday. So we as a family are going to Charleston, South Carolina to celebrate for a long weekend, which will be great, which means I have to deprive KBN Nation of my voice on Friday and Monday. But right after this show, mine and Lexi's flight leaves General Mitchell Airport at 6:40. So we're like, okay, that's not enough time to go all the way back to Oconomowoc and back. How are we going to do this? We don't want 2 cars. So we were logistically game planning the last couple of days. How can we make this work?
I'm shocked you were doing this last night. I figured this would have been figured out
way before.
That's very fair.
Ago.
That's very fair. And I think we had a rough draft in our mind, but then it came time for execution. And we said, okay, now we need to actually get times down. I need to figure out how this is going to work, because I want to make sure that KBN gets all of my energy too. And it's not going to get all my energy until that logistics are figured out. So Lexi's going to swing by at 5 o'clock when the show is over, and we're going to go right to General Mitchell Airport. Be there with plenty of time. No stress, plenty of time. We're going to get there.
So typically when you go to the airport, 800-990-3776, because I'm interested. I tend to be on the earlier side. My old co-host used to drive me nuts, and Greg Scalzo wants to get through security and everything be already boarding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's stressful.
See, I knew you would be that way.
That's not right.
I had a feeling Kyle Wallace would be that way.
Yeah, no, because here we go. You know, fast walker, slow walker. What are y'all in a rush for? The plane ain't leaving until a certain time. You know what time it is, and you should understand the operation of the airport. If we're talking about O'Hare, then yes, you need to give yourself as much time as possible because you don't know what you could run into.
If you're talking Dane County, now it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, there ain't ain't no such thing as security there. There's like 10 people in the line.
Wait a minute,
along,
TSA ain't gonna like that now. But in General Mitchell, you know you can be leisure with your time, so there's no reason to rush it. You get there at least, 45 minutes to an hour before
The flight? That's when you get there.
Listen, I usually try to get there an hour before, but I'm not stressing if it's 50 minutes. I'm like, we'll be okay. We'll be fine. The plane ain't leaving without me.
What about when you check a bag, though? Is you going to bump out that time a little bit?
I mean, when you check a bag, a lot of times I do fly Southwest, so you kind of check your own bag and you drop it and make really an hour.
Man, this guy's a Frontier. What's your status there?
Yeah.
Frontier,
What's it called?
I haven't used it in a while. Wild Pass.
Wild Pass.
Wild Pass.
That's a great name for the Frontier subscription.
Yeah, but
Wild Pass.
Yeah,
You literally don't know what viral video you're going to get from the flight.
I've been lucky not to get any. But, yeah, you guys are stressing yourselves out. Brad, you're not too stressful with the fact that you're going from here straight over there. You give yourself about an hour. But, Ben, you can't be stressing about the plane.
But it's not about the
doors
plane.
close.
It's not about the doors. It's about the things that you cannot control, which is other people, which is security lines.
Yeah, security lines.
You can't know for certain how long something is, so you have to build that time in, not just be like, hey, I'm going to show up an hour before. What if something goes wrong? What if you packed like an idiot and put something in there? They're going to search through your bag.
You shouldn't pack like an idiot. You should be prepared. When I went down.
What if you do an extra screening, Kyle, on you?
Listen, they ain't gonna hurry up and pat me down now. Just get them out of here. I got a plane to catch. But no, real talk. When I went down to Orlando, we understood. We checked the website. They said it might be a little longer lines, and so we knew we need to get there a little bit earlier. So it was all about the preparation. But for the most part, I'm showing up about an hour before. I'm really not trying to do more. And I got a brother who shows up much later.
800-990-3776. How long do you show up before your flight time leaves? Maxie, let's get something on Twitter at KBN. Put 30 minutes because there are some psychopaths that do it 30 minutes. Put an hour, which is the Kyle. I'm an hour and a half probably would be my spot. If I'm before an hour and a half, I'm happy because anything under an hour and a half, I'm still trying to convince myself I have enough time. It always ends up working out, but I don't want to have to think like that.
He is stressing me. I couldn't fly. He would stress me out because we'll have an hour and 20 minutes, and he'll be freaking out because it's less than 90 minutes before flight departs, and he's probably just like getting all jittery and annoying.
How early should you show up to the airport before your flight time? 30 minutes, an hour, hour 30, 2 hours. Let's get that on Twitter at KBN ESPN on Twitter.
Yeah. And to me, it really depends on where you're at. So we are checking a bag today. So in order to get there at time, an hour and a half, that's plenty comfortable. An hour I'm pretty good with. We actually flew one time out of Charlotte, and we were going to San Diego for like a week or so, and we got there because of bad traffic with like 35 minutes before the flight.
Traffic,
we were freaking out. Yes, we were
That's
freaking out.
I didn't say.
Yep, we were rushing up there, and they didn't take our bag. They said, "Sorry, sir, you're too late. Our 45 minutes is our cutoff." So we've been burned by it. We've been burned by being late. Have you been burned by being late?
Have I been burned by being late? So I personally have not been.
He's burning people.
I personally have not been burned by being late and missing a flight. So thank goodness that's never happened to me. But, I am a Wallace, and I am my father's child, and we all like to leisurely get to the airport with not too much time. And so maybe back when I was 19 years old, many, many moons ago, me and my dad went to go visit my uncle down in Atlanta. We get to the airport, we run into a little traffic. We're already running a little bit behind.
Yeah, it's Atlanta. You got to build that time.
Yeah, that's a definitely bumper you got to put there in there.
But we still got through everything in time. So basically, as we're kind of rushing and scurrying to get to the gate, before we get to the gate, there's something called the restroom. And I know in my head that we don't have a lot of time. My dad knows in his head we ain't got a lot of time, but one of us chose to go to the bathroom in the airport versus going on a plane, and I went to the gate, and the gate agent said, hey, we got to get ready to close the gate. And I said, well, what about my dad? They said, honey, it got to close. And so I had to make a decision. Do I wait and stick with the family, or do I get on the plane? You know what I said to myself?
What'd you do?
My daddy a grown-ass man. I'm on this plane. I'm going home, baby.
I love home.
Wait, so the door closed.
Listen, I got
You're
on the
on
plane.
it.
No, I got on the plane and the door closed, yes.
And your dad's left behind.
My dad didn't get home.
my gosh.
My dad didn't get home for another 48 to 72 hours. I'm telling you, because getting out of Atlanta is not easy. My dad did not get home for multiple days. I'm sure he wasn't mad about it, but yeah, I left my dad in Atlanta.
Not mad
He
about
has
it.
to be
He got
mad.
to hang out with his brother for a
So
couple
he
more
left
days.
the airport and then just got a different flight?
Oh yeah, he wasn't happy initially.
You're a
but
sick person.
No!
I love how like you guys make me seem like I'm the soulless person, right? Scamming people, taking money from people. But when it comes to blood, Kyle's like, screw Pops. I'm on the plane. And you didn't say, hey, Dad, maybe you should hold your tinkle.
He knew he should have held his tinkle. I told him, like, hey, you going to do that? I got to go. You know, he said, I'm an old man. So I said, all right, well, I've got to go. And I had already been in Atlanta for like 4 or 5 days. I was ready to go home. I was going to be danged if I was going to spend more time in Atlanta because my dad had to pee. No, sorry.
Now, we know that the Wallaces have no problem answering a phone in the restroom. Did you call him? Did you text him? Did you do anything to be like, Dad, ASAP, you got to roll?
He knew what
pinch it and run.
Yo, wait a minute. You guys are on me. We all know that there is a urinal, there's a toilet on the plane. If you really want to get home, you better hold it or you better let it
tell
rip.
him that?
He knew that, Ben.
No.
He knew that. My dad, he's been on so many flights. He knew it. He should have just let the tinkle go down his leg and rushed on the plane and did it.
I think when the door closes, it's probably the right time to maybe put your phone on airplane mode early, so you don't get the text from your dad being like, "What the heck? I see you right there on the plane."
There is no worse feeling though than hearing that gate close. Because you know somebody's going to be there.
Have you missed a flight?
So there was one time.
See?
But no, that was not the scenario. It's because of the fact that I'm too relaxed in leisure. And it was flying a different airlines that people hate as well. And we were there in more than enough time. And they were calling, first call, second whatever, zone whatever. And so they called for the last zone 4. We didn't hear it. And then they called zone 4 again, last call. So we got up and we walked over there. And they were already giving our seats away. And we said, oh, no, we're here. She said, nope. Gates closed. So she closed the door.
Wow.
Yeah, that was on Spirit.
That's crazy.
I don't really mess with a Spirit because they'll turn you into a Halloween Spirit. So
The only time I've Halloween Spirit. The only time I've actually missed a flight was a connecting one, right? Like we got in late, ran to the window. Yeah, we didn't. So, but that is panic mode though. That's where I can't believe how much time you lack to give yourself because there's so much chaos in an airport. No. There's so much going on. You don't want to give yourself a buffer.
Getting to there as well. I'm already nervous thinking about, like, he's like, yeah, I'll get there in an hour, and, like, no regard for anything that might be happening, construction on the road.
Dude, you got to plan things
What
out.
If you have the farthest gate that ever in the world to get to?
I plan everything out. I told you guys before the show, I went to Chicago about a couple months ago, and we flew out of there to go down to Orlando, and getting to the airport, we went to the wrong airport, and my girl was stressed out, but we got there.
Went to the wrong airport.
We went to the wrong hotel. We went to the wrong hotel.
That's kind of a big mistake.
There are 2 airports down there. And, like, she was all stressed out, but I got to the gate with 10 minutes left. She got to the gate with 5 minutes left because she did get stopped. Mm-hmm. But it was all fine. Like, what's the hurry and what's the rush? If you get on the plane, you get on the plane. They tell you. They close the door 15 or 20 minutes before. If you know what it is, just get there before that 15 or 20 minutes, and you'll be okay. Like, let's just calm down, everybody.
800-990-3776. The ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Also, you can find on Twitter at KBN ESPN. How early should you show up to the airport before your flight? Early in the voting, Brad and Ben are winning because 1.5 hours is 43%, 2 hours is 29%.
That's ridiculous.
1 hour, like Kyle, is 24%, and the psychopaths that I knew existed, 4.3% say 30 minutes.
Wow. You all are too anal for me. You guys got to be free. You got to be more free. Who wants to sit there for 2 hours and twiddle their thumbs? How boring is it when you have a layover that's like more than 2 hours? You're sitting there like, my goodness, how am I going to pass time?
Now, 2 hours does seem aggressive, but in defense of the 2 hour people, traveling, you're usually going on a vacation or something, don't you want it to be relaxing, right? A slow pace, right? No worries,
he wants to be relaxing,
no concerns.
And stressed out.
I love the adrenaline rush. Even hearing about the fact that you are going from you figuring it all out. So, okay, so my wife is going to be picking me up from here. We're going to go straight to. I love all the strategic planning and knowing you're going to go. I love traveling, and I love the adrenaline rush that I get from it.
Adrenaline?
Yeah, I get an adrenaline rush waiting to get there. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Anybody in my life who goes like, you know why I travel? the adrenaline rush of the logistics of getting to the airport.
And legitimately, how excited did I get when you were telling your story and talk about, oh, you could do this, you could do that. I mean, legitimately, I am into this type of stuff.
Yeah, you are. I give you credit for that.
Yeah, if you show up 2 hours beforehand, you don't know all the things that happen if you happen to miss your flight or what the bag time limit is because you're just over-prepared and unknowledgeable.
No. No matter what you say, I just think you're crazy. You know what? You're a crazy person like the 4% right now that show up 30 minutes before the airport.
My last tangent here is I had a family member who came home and he was flying to go meet his family somewhere else, and his flight left at, let's say, 6, and I did not drop him off until 26 minutes before the flight actually left. He got up because General Mitchell Airport on that day was very slow. He got through security, and he got on the plane with time to spare.
Okay,
I'm not asking him for a ride.
Okay, this is like KBN Academy, ARF. You have to arrive 2 hours beforehand or 30 minutes beforehand. Which one are you choosing?
I like it, Brad.
Oh, I'm not. Listen, I'm crazy and I like an adrenaline rush, but 30 minutes beforehand, that was too much for me.
Okay.
I would do 2 hours and twiddle my thumbs more than sitting there running to the gate.
See, but like you don't have to twiddle your thumbs. You can go, get a coffee. You can.
They're making those airport things pretty nice now.
You can sit on your computer and work a little bit.
See, I'm not gonna blow my money, my spending and travel and vacation money at the airport. No, I gotta save that for other things. You know that, Mr. Vegas. You gotta save it for the more fun things in the airport. You weren't buying up food in Chicago. You were buying up food in Vegas.
No, I actually don't know that, Kyle, because I wasted all my money and I ended up eating a burger that went through me the next morning because I had no money left over. So I don't know that portion. 800-990-3776. We're at Who's On Layton, the brand new bar and restaurant in Milwaukee. It is a great spot. 517 West Layton Avenue is where you can find us today. What are you laughing at?
So what did I tell y'all when I went to, me and my girl flew, and we had to run to the gate? What did I say? What happened? What did she say that Regis said? What did I say?
She almost had an asthma attack.
I told y'all beforehand she almost had an asthma attack, and she just was. I told y'all she was out there breathing.
You can't only think about yourself.
No,
you're trying to kill. You're trying to kill your spouse. It
wasn't on purpose, but you know what? We planned enough time and we made it.
We'll leave his father at the airport, and we'll give his girlfriend an asthma attack trying to get to the gate. All for an adrenaline rush.
Wow.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's Kyle Wallace, the heartbeat racing too fast trying to get to the airport. Brad Nortman here, probably a little too anal for my liking, but I'm also anal. You just take me to the next level. 800-990-3776. Again, Who's On Layton is where we're at. It is wonderful. You got to try the house Cajun pasta or the brat burger. I mean, if you think Wisconsin, you better be thinking Who's On Layton. All new, beautiful inside, great TVs. It's Thursday. You know what they're going to have? Thursday Night Football. If you like football, come on by, have great food, and have a great happy hour. It's bye week. After what already felt like a bye week, to be completely honest. It's going to be quite some time before we see the Green Bay Packers. After what happened last year with Green Bay, is this a good week for the Packers to have a bye week? We'll dive into that next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach.
Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Hustle up, we've got 8 more floors to go before lunch.
Sarusha's window washing business is reaching new heights.
Wipe, and let's roll.
They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear.
Team, I know we're hustling, but watch for streaks. Candace, can you give me a hand over here?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Getting a new computer is both fun and terrifying for many people. Madison Computer Works makes moving to a new computer easy. We help protect it from malware and scammers. We move your data and reinstall programs. Our computer care plan lets our friendly techs assist you remotely once you bring it home. Already bought a new computer? Try building one from parts you ordered online. You have better things to do with your time than set up or fix your computer. We'll get everything working right. Call the pros at 608-231-8000 and make your computer problems disappear. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Working at a company that truly cares and invests in their employees should never be taken for granted. Work, learn, and earn at the Weld School at Stoughton Trailers. The program includes 1 week of paid training starting at $18 per hour and features small class sizes designed for individual attention. No prior experience is needed because teaching their employees is all part of the Stoughton Trailers way. Graduate into a full-time position in Stoughton or Evansville. Apply today at stojobs.com. That's stojobs.com.
If you're looking to fill the vacant space in your commercial building, the local agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group are eager to grow your bottom line. Head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Wisconsin needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Twitter at KBN, we put out our initial poll. How early should you show up to the airport before your flight in honor of Brad Nortman flying out? Luckily, we're right by the airport, so he ain't stressing. 30 minutes, 3%. 1 hour, 26%.
All right, we're building right.
Hour and a half, 43%. And 2 hours, 29%. Now, the shocking development I have here is Bruce chimes in, and he says, I'm at the airport at least 3 hours early. Now, even Anal Brad and myself somewhere in the middle of all that would say that's a little out of control.
That is crazy. What do you do? It's almost like you need the airport experience fully then, right?
Is he taking a tour? Is he going from terminal to terminal?
Seriously.
Yeah, no, I would I don't have that type of time to waste in my life to be at an airport for 3 hours.
You would need, like, I love that restaurant in the airport. I got to go eat at that restaurant. So you get there early to make sure you do.
Yeah. We're live from Who's on Layton, a brand new bar and restaurant here in Milwaukee, 517 West Layton Avenue. Compliments of our friends at Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. And when it comes to the official beer of the NFL, I always hope for those overtime games because I love football, and it was brewed to be delicious and easy to drink. Even when the little things in life are hard, it's always there for you. And when the game's going overtime, you have even more time to enjoy a fresh Bud Light as the official beer of the NFL. Stop by and try the great food here at Who's on Layton and enjoy the game tonight on these wonderful brand new TVs. It's you know the sign of a good bar is I don't even know if this game's live. I actually think it may or may not be.
I think it's recorded.
Yeah, ESPNU. I checked it out, but like they have it on, like they have a game on, like they don't just have ESPN, ESPN2. They're like, we need a game on, and that's how you know when there's games going. They're going to have all the games on all these TVs. So check out the brand new Who's on Layton. As far as the Green Bay Packers, the 2-3 Green Bay Packers off of the Monday Night Football loss, they're on bye this week. So I always think it's interesting to watch all of the NFL games as possible, which is kind of how I felt after the Thursday Night Football game against the Detroit Lions. It was like, okay, the Packers got, their butt whooped, but in comparison, they were still 2-2, right? Now they're 2-3. After they were 2-2 on Thursday, I was like, let's watch the rest of the NFL, see where they sort of fit in. We now know after they're 2-3 after the loss on Monday. You get to see again, right? So I just think it's an interesting opportunity to reset. But do you think that this bye week came at the right time for the Green Bay Packers?
When the schedule initially came out, my initial thought was, this is early. This is early for a bye. I don't know if that's good for a young team because it's a long season. A lot of these rookies aren't used to that from college football to the NFL. So I was like, gosh, they're going to be hitting that rookie wall around Thanksgiving, early December, and they're still going to have like 6 games after that. But as I've seen this season unfold for the Packers, a couple things that a bye can always give you. First and foremost, it's health. It's trying to get healthy. And this team has had the injury bug on key guys throughout
David
this year.
Bakhtiari, Elton Jenkins, Christian Watson, Jair Alexander, Aaron Jones.
Yes, and particularly that last one, Aaron Jones. We need him to get healthy. You can tell the void he leaves in the offense and the game planning that even Matt LaFleur has talked about. So to get healthy, this is a great time for this team. And then I'm trying to think specifically for a young football team. It's a great reset moment, right? Mm-hmm. When you're young, you're going to be more susceptible to the swings that each game provides you, right? Good momentum, bad momentum. Powerful. They are experiencing bad momentum right now. They need to experience a hard reset. Like when you take your phone and it's just not working, you got to hard reset that baby and just need a full-on turn of focus and throw all the stuff that everything happened in the early part. It's a good thing for them to move away, say, okay, some good, some bad. We need to do a full reset, take a breather so we can take the rest of the 12 games that we have. And if they get momentum, a young team is going to feed off of that as the season goes. So for me, now that I've seen how the season has unfolded, yes, good time for the Packers and their bye this week.
Hey, listen, gentlemen, this is a terrible time for the Green Bay Packers. Terrible. It's just a bad time because of the fact that this team is already coming off a 10-day layoff after getting destroyed and dismantled by the Detroit Lions, and then you expected them to go into Oakland, and we all had high hopes. Ben picked them to win.
Las Vegas.
I said Oakland. I'm sorry. I'm an old man. What can I say? L.A. Raiders. But no, so we expected for them to go into Las Vegas, and we all expected to win. We thought that time away would give them a chance to recalibrate. We thought that, Matt LaFleur gave them some homework, so he was trying to build something in. And so we expected for them to go on the road and win that football game. But you know what, gentlemen? That did not happen. So the last thing I want for the Packers is to have 2 bad games, a game where they got obliterated and a game that they lost that they should have based off talent and based off expectations. One, after a long layoff. The last thing I want is for them to have 2 bad losses and then have another long layoff, knowing that having a long layoff has proved nothing for them before already in this season. I much rather prefer this team doing what they need to do, which is playing football games. They need to be playing as a team and figuring things out. If it got to week 10 and they had 2 games in a row losses, okay, let's recalibrate, let's figure this thing out. But the fact that they've had a lot of off days already and they weren't able to go into Las Vegas, Las Vegas, and win that football game is quite troublesome for me and worrisome. And that's why I think this team needs to be playing games right now in order to get it together. You can't build chemistry without playing games.
800-990-3776, the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Did this bye week come at a good time for the Green Bay Packers? Brad says yes, and Kyle says it's a terrible time. Here's where I go. I think that it is a good time or it's just not going to matter at all. Like that's the truth. We're going to either find out that this was a great time, that Aaron Jones, number one, from a health standpoint. I actually don't care about the rest of the roster. We have now seen that they lack an experienced playmaker on this team, because you're going to have ups and downs at the rest of the skill position players. A.J. Dillon just isn't the guy. And in terms of wide receivers, Christian Watson obviously still developing. Romeo Doubs still trying to figure out what his consistent role is. Jaden Reed's going to have ups and downs as a rookie. Then you move to the tight end position. We've already seen the ups and downs of a Luke Musgrave. And so there it is, right? Those are your guys. Aaron Jones needs to get freaking healthy if this team is going to compete. And so from that standpoint, health, great time, because Aaron Jones is your most important piece. The youth, man, here's the thing. When it comes to youth, I think it is a good thing to have a bye, because now the full reset is on. The homework that Matt LaFleur gave them to figure out how to be better, it doesn't matter. It is now time to look at yourself in the mirror after having time to prepare for Las Vegas and say, hey, look, special teams, they haven't been nearly as effective as they were the last 4 or 5 games of last year. They've been nothing. They've been a zero. They have not helped this team. The defense has been up and down. Where's the consistency there? The offense has had inconsistencies. So all 3 phases have not been good. If you can't figure it out as a head coach, some of the best coaches in the NFL are fantastic out of bye weeks because they are preparing. And you are now preparing Matt LaFleur for an abysmal Denver defense. They just dropped another pass rusher because they're trying to just fire sale. They want to be in the Bears-Panthers conversation. They probably don't believe that Russell Wilson's going to be the guy. They want him in the Caleb Williams sweepstake. They stink. So if you come off of a bye and you aren't prepared on all 3 phases against a horrible Denver Broncos team, you're telling me it didn't matter where the bye was. This team just isn't very good. So it's either going to be a good thing for this team, or it's just not going to matter, because this 2-3 inconsistent Packers team just is who they are, and that's just not very good.
I'm glad you said that about coaching staffs coming out of bye week and being successful. Most good teams and good coaching staffs take that time. They correct the things they need to correct. They have plenty of time to put together a game plan, and the records show that good coaching staffs put their team in a good position after the bye. That's why I think this next game, it's not just another game for this team. I'm really interested to see what Matt LaFleur can come out with after all this criticism of losing 2 high-profile games where everyone is watching on national television, and see if he can get these guys ready to play against an incredibly beatable team. So for that, in order to take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and correct the things that need to get corrected, this is such a winnable game coming on the other side of this. It's important for the growth of this Packers team.
I just feel like this team has been so disjointed. Players have been hurt, and Ben, one of the things that you said is, we don't have enough film. We don't have enough games under the belt of Jordan Love to actually figure out who he is and what he is. And I take that same stance when I talk about this football team. They have not had enough games altogether to go figure out exactly what the heck is wrong. What is the message that we need to have? I would have preferred to see this team together as a unit playing at least 4 or 5 games with Christian Watson healthy. Aaron Jones is eventually going to come back. Elton Jenkins is back. But having that core together, figuring out, okay, we did bad in that game with with our core players. Where do we adjust that? And having time to reevaluate more games and more film of the whole team together for a bye week rather than right now. We have no idea really what this team looks like as a unit, as one.
I don't think it really matters what they look like as a unit, because that's going to be a work in progress the entire year. What they need to figure out is getting Aaron Jones healthy, and in this bye week, putting them in a situation where Aaron Jones can be utilized in the best way possible if they're serious about trying to win games. Because like Brad said, coming out of bye week, I'm watching Andy Reid and the Chiefs dial up some crazy stuff, like some creativity where I'm like, damn, they were in the lab. I need Matt LaFleur in the lab. If they don't come out and show that this offense, no matter who's out there, right, this offense isn't supposed to be about necessarily the players. It's supposed to be about the scheme and Jordan Love dropping back and knowing progression, guy open. If they're not able to put something together that feels easy for the offense after looking like everything was a struggle against Las Vegas, other than Max Crosby, that's not a good team. He was a disruptor, but they had time to game. We talked about game planning for what he was the only really disruptor that could hurt this team. So we continue to have these same conversations about Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers, and I'm getting to my wit's end, and they better bring it next week against the Denver Broncos as we have to continue to wait. What I will say is I'm glad they play their Thursday night into a Monday night. I'm glad the bye week's coming to an end because I just want to see this team consistently because you can grow in the fire. You can grow. Whether they're winning or losing, you're going to figure out what they're made of for good or for bad moving forward. 800-990-3776. Did this bye week come at a good time for the Green Bay Packers? I say yes, or it's not going to matter because we're going to see exactly what they're made of. Brad says yes. Kyle says it's a terrible time. We want to hear from you, 800-990-3776. Also streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and on Twitter. We're live from Who's on Layton, the brand new bar at 517 West Layton. Compliments of our great friends, the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. We go to school, KBN Academy next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
It's Monday. It is
back, baby.
And you got, how do I say this correctly? Some tightened weave.
Careful.
Oh, see, now you gonna get in trouble.
Tightened weave?
You don't know what
That's
weave
your
is.
best shot at it?
I don't even.
Tightened braids?
My dreads got retwisted.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the
former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with National Customer Credit. Offer expires October 31st. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Audi Madison off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Ah, Sunday. You take a morning walk to pick up burgers and beers. You tidy the house for 10 fellow football fans. And your biggest chore? Loading the Bud Light into the fridge. It all pays off because nothing is as easy to enjoy as a Sunday full of football. And beer. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
If you're looking to fill the vacant space in your commercial building, the local agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group are eager to grow your bottom line. Head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's not nice. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Pop it, drop the top, play hide and seek. Jump inside, jump straight to
Happy to be at Who's on Layton here. 517 West Layton Avenue, brand new bar. It's beautiful, lots of TVs, lots of great food. You can try the brat burger, topped with beer cheese spread, sauerkraut, and served on a pretzel bun. Cold Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Try their Oak Barrel Public House Cajun pasta. I mean, they have everything you need here at Who's on Layton, the brand new bar. You can find us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and on Twitter at KBN ESPN. But right now, it's time for some KBN Academy.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, we really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
KBN Academy is presented by Circa Sports. Play the Circa Million and Circa Survivor with $14 million in guaranteed prizes only at Circa Sports. Enter in Vegas, play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
It is KBN Academy. Brad Nortman, he's got his MBA. Lots of cool letters next to his LinkedIn profile. Kyle Wallace, also professor with a master's degree, not quite as smart as Brad. And I have a bachelor's degree, and I'm proud of it, no matter how I got it. We're going to give some questions. You got to give an A or an F, questions or statements, but you got to get an A or an F. There's no in between, no B's, C's, or D's. There are reports that the Broncos are expected to trade wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. A or F, you would like to see the Packers trade for Jerry Jeudy?
I'm going to go with an F on that one. I don't know what it's going to do at this point. If they would have made the trade earlier in the year to get him in rhythm on the same page with Jordan Love and help these young receivers, even though Jerry Jeudy is pretty young himself, just help with maturity and help with their growth, I think I'd be for it. But at this point, why give up something in a year that you're not going to make a Super Bowl run anyway? And he wouldn't come help this team when they need it, which is in a few years from now. So I like an F on that one. Might as well just stick with your guys. You've already made that decision and go through the growing pains.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy's been in the league a little bit of time now, and I'm just taking a peruse at some of his stats, and he could be very helpful. You know what I'm saying? This could be an opportunity where you might be giving up a 4th-round pick, a 5th-round pick, 3rd maybe. That's very, very high. But you're not giving up too much to get a guy that could be like a true number one. He had high hopes and high potential when he came out. And so I think, with this offense, right now, we don't have a true number one receiver. And Jerry Jeudy might have the skill set and the talent to be able to do that. And a change of scenery might be something that works for Jerry Jeudy. But I say, why not? It's not going to cost you a lot of money right now. And if it does cost you a lot of money in the future, that means Jerry Jeudy turned out to be exactly what everybody expected him to be when he came out of Alabama.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with an F here. I'm with Brett. I don't know what adding him does when you don't already know who you are as a team right now. They're in the midst of figuring that out. Adding a piece to help try and figure that out and mold this offense together doesn't seem the right time. Now, I would laugh my butt off a little bit if after all these years of Packer fans getting teased by the front office of, ooh, are we going to trade for this guy or this guy or this guy in the middle of the season when they're not contenders as much as they've been in the past? I would laugh if Goody trades a 4th or 5th rounder for Jerry Jeudy. I like Jerry Jeudy. I just don't think it makes sense with where the Packers are right now and Goody's overall strategy. His strategy heading into the season was, we're going to go young. We're going to give our guys the reps to grow. And I understand Judy's young, but it's just adding an element of, like, I think figuring out who your next running back outside of Aaron Jones is might be more important than adding another wide receiver. So this is a hard F for me, and I'm used to those in school. Moving right along, organizers of the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics delivered the proposal to put flag football on the program for the Summer Games when it comes to the United States for the first time in 32 years. ARF, you'd like to see flag football in the Olympics?
I'm going to go with an F on this one, unless they got punting in that. Then I might sign up for that USA team, baby. Be the USA punter.
You trying to be like Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Matt Hamilton. I'm going to go with an F. I don't see the appeal in a flag football league. I think when you take away, quite honestly, when you take away the violence and for real. I mean, that is it's an important part of the American game of football. So doing a flag football game, I don't know. I have no appeal personally for it. And, like, would it even be competitive? You got the U.S. and then all these other countries that don't play football at all. It would be so lopsided because even if you do just flag football.
USA.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's lopsided.
Can you imagine our flag football team
give me the
that we
gold
put
medal.
together?
I want on the medal count.
I think it would be. I think it's kind of lame, to be honest.
It would be absolutely ridiculous if we had a flag football, USA team, because you can get D3 players who could probably still dominate on the world stage. And so, absolutely not. This is a complete F. Nobody's going to watch flag football. Nobody wants to go to that game. When you have kids, right, you're excited for your kids to throw on pads, not to throw on flags. Like, that's the whole thing that you're looking forward to. We're not trying to see grown men run around with flags on their waist. So I'll say I'll pass. This is stupid, and the Olympics should just find some other sport. Bring back wrestling or softball. Didn't they get rid of softball and wrestling? Or did they bring softball back? Didn't they get rid of wrestling?
I don't know. I don't have all the Olympic sports memorized.
I'm pretty sure they got rid of, Olympic wrestling from the Olympics. I'll look it up, but this is stupid.
But yeah.
I'm an A because of one thing only that I saw, and that's that Tyreek Hill wants to play. And if Tyreek Hill is out there playing flag football, running circles around every European, Asian, Australian country there potentially is, I'm in for it. Tyreek is one of the most electric players to watch play football. He's got the top speeds in the NFL. If I get to watch Tyreek, I think I'm happy. I think he's the most electric player to watch play football just because there's no one like him. He's so damn fast. I'd love to watch. He would be running literally, when people say running circles around you? He could probably just run circles around everybody in flag football, and that would make it fun for me to watch. Quickly here, A or F? The Vikings have placed Justin Jefferson on IR with the hamstring injury, so he will miss the next 4 games. The Vikings are a bigger mess than the Packers, A or F?
Oh, I'm going to go with that's a good one. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with an F. I think the Packers are a little bit bigger of a mess. The Vikings have a franchise, the best receiver in the league. I think they should trade Kirk Cousins, kind of tank their way to a top quarterback, and then there you go. You've got a great receiver and a great young quarterback. And I think they're more set up for the future than the Packers are, at least with a more clear path. So I'm going to go with the Packers are a bigger mess. So therefore, that is an F.
I can feel for Minnesota Vikings fans because when I look at the Minnesota Vikings, I look at an organization and a franchise that's been decent, had their ups, had their downs, had some big-time names. And you know who they reminded me of? They reminded me of the Milwaukee Bucks before we got Giannis. They were mediocre. The Bucks had some good talent before, but they never had championship-type talent, and that's exactly what the Vikings are. And when we had that with the Milwaukee Bucks, that was a complete mess. So, A, it is a complete mess there in Minnesota because guess what? Even if they trade Kirk, they're not going to sit there and try to tank to get the first overall pick. They're going to be in a cycle of mediocrity for a very long time because they don't have a new quarterback, and Justin Jefferson is eventually going to demand a trade at some point because he sees it direction that this team is going in. They don't even have a running back anymore. So this team is in shambles. Harrison Smith, I know he's getting a little bit older, but this team is not going to be very good 3 years from now. So I say, A, the Vikings are a bigger mess than the Green Bay Packers because the Packers at least know where they're trying to go, where the Vikings have no idea what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm going to go with what Brad said. I think F, they're not in a bigger mess than the Packers because they have assets that are movable, and actually, you know what? Man, this is a really tough question.
It is tough. This is a
tough question because the Packers are only a mess if Jordan Love isn't the guy, right? If Jordan Love shows that he is the guy, then they're not in as big of a mess as the Vikings. So as of right now, I will say F still. But it is a tough question because trading Kirk Cousins puts them in QB purgatory, which is what the Packers may or may not be in moving forward. But at least the Packers think they have a plan.
But keeping Kirk Cousins puts them where? And mediocre in the middle. Like they legitimately, what are they trying to do? It's about winning championships, and we all know that Cousins isn't the guy.
Yeah, he may not be the guy. I just don't think putting all the blame on him for the Vikings. Like they sold their whole defense. You know, like their team isn't very good. They have a top 5 tight end in the league, I think, in Hawkinson, and a top 5 wide receiver, top 3 in Justin Jefferson. They have playmakers. They don't have the team around them, and they got to figure out if they have the coach too. So it's a good question. Good job, Max, on that one. Was that you?
No, that was Chris.
Good job, Chris, on that one. Hope you're enjoying vacation. We're live at Who's on Layton. This is KBN, Kyle Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, live until 5. And I got to give a shout-out to the Princeton Club because my guys there have made it amazing for me. Been working out at the Princeton Club for over a year and a half, and it just has helped my health mentally, physically, in every which way. And it started with the moment that I walked in. I started feeling the vibe, the community. They have 8 locations in Madison. They have East, West, Fitchburg, Express locations. In New Berlin, here in the Milwaukee area, that's where I go. I do personal training. But they always upgrade their equipment. So you don't have to think, hey, do I need to join a different gym? No, because you have the place that's always investing in you and the equipment. That's why you should join the Princeton Club. 24 hours, 7 days a week. They are open. Free childcare with your membership. They are trying to make it as easy as possible for you to become the best version of yourself, and that's what they've done for me, and that's what they'll do for you. It's time to play a little over-under here on KBN. Let's go with caller 5 and caller 8. 800-990-3776. Caller 5, you're going to get a choice. Max Meyerson, he's got a category. He's going to give you the category and an over-under. Kyle, Brad, myself, we team up. We get 10 guesses in 3 minutes to get as many answers correct as possible based off that over-under. Caller number 8, you're going to be stuck on the other side of whatever caller number 5 picks. So you got a chance to win a $50 gift card. Somebody's walking away with a $50 gift card. We hope you choose the over because I like winning this game because I'm too competitive. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-3776 to win a $50 gift card. Over under on Kyle Brust Nortman. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
You're
not young, wild, and free.
Yeah,
I am young.
You're not
wild,
that.
I am Every wild. time I ask
Wild.
you to do something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why are you taking so, why you going personal? Why you gotta talk about business?
What if
I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The nationally top-ranked Wisconsin volleyball team is rolling. The Badgers have won 21 straight sets and have yet to drop a set in Big Ten play. The team is 15-0 overall and 6-0 in conference play and prepares for a 2-match homestand this weekend. Friday night, the Badgers will host Rutgers, and Sunday play host to Maryland. Recapping last week, middle blocker CeCe Crawford was named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week thanks to 12 blocks and 2 3-set wins over Iowa and Illinois.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Bring smiles to all when shopping online with Dell Technologies Gift Guide. Whether it's for the artist, the entrepreneur, the student, or the streamer, you'll find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Dell.com/gift guide makes gifting easy with a carefully curated selection of our best tech. Shop now to explore our innovative PCs like the XPS 13 laptop, powered by the latest Intel Core processors, plus this season's top accessories. Visit Dell.com/gift guide today to get a jump on your holiday gift list. That's Dell.com/gift guide.
Some people just know that a perfect football field is all about the details. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. Take the head groundskeeper, for example.
Hands at 10 and 2. 90-degree turns, perfect stripes every time.
He knows, because he's done this 100 times. Just like he knows that paying attention on the road can save safe drivers 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and based on how you buy. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
If you're looking to fill the vacant space in your commercial building, the local agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group are eager to grow your bottom line. Head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Dr. Schwab is a board-certified general surgeon who can help with many simple and outpatient procedures to alleviate varicose and spider veins. Visit StoughtonHealth.com to learn more. StoughtonHealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
It's spooky, it's scary, but don't be frightened. It's the Graveyard Grabs promotion at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison on Saturday, October 28th from 5 to 9 p.m. 27 winners will be selected to enter our graveyard filled with piles of rewards play and cash prizes. 3 winners every half hour will select 3 scary prize pieces, and each will keep the total amount of their own selections. Each winner has a chance to walk away with a total of $3,000 in cash. It's a frighteningly good time at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
My night runs into morning all the time, and through my phone I'm scrolling, bang my line. Off that drink it's hard to focus. Seems like I'm always chosen by romantics that are hopeless. We can make arrangements.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Who's on Layton, a brand new bar at 517 West Layton Avenue. Compliments of the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. Stop by, have some great food. Football's on tonight, tons of great TVs. But we got to get right to it. Time for a little over-under.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over-Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
It is over-under, and here's how the game works. Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, myself, Ben Brust, we are your contestants for the game. Max Meyerson has set a category, and he has given that category to caller number 5. Maxie, you did not teams me or let me know who we got.
Sorry, we got John as caller number 5, and Reggie as caller number 8. John has the over at 5.5, and Reggie has the under at 5.5.
5.5 is a low over-under, so this might be hard. So Maxie's got a category. We get 10 guesses in 3 minutes to get as many right answers as possible. John believes we can go over 5.5. We got to get 6 out of 10. We got to get 6 out of 10, boys. And if we do, John wins a $50 gift card. If we don't, Reggie wins. All right, Maxie, what's the category?
So Jordan Love has the lowest completion percentage in the NFL at 55.6%. Who are the next 10 QBs with the lowest completion percentage in the NFL with a minimum of 50 attempts? So lowest completion percentage.
You're taking out the Browns guy.
Yeah, the rookie DTR, yeah, he's out. So all the guys that have those like 13, 18, whatever amount of attempts, 50 attempts, lowest completion percentage, next 10 guys after Jordan Love.
So basically looking for 22 to 31?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Let's start the clock in 3, 2, 1.
All right, Zach Wilson.
Yep.
Zach Wilson, final answer.
How about Bryce Young?
Hang on, give us where they're at on the list.
So Zach Wilson is fourth worst at 61.1%.
61-1. Bryce Wilson has struggled with accuracy. Bryce Wilson, final.
Bryce Young.
Or Bryce Young.
He is not on the list.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to say Anthony Richardson. I feel like this might be the Tennessee Titans.
Anthony Richardson's actually been more efficient than I ever expected coming out
But
here.
completions-wise?
Yes, from a completion standpoint.
Right,
I was shocked by that.
What about like Daniel Jones?
Yeah, I feel like Daniel has sucked it up this year. A lot of passes, being down a lot. Ryan Tannehill has thrown a lot of passes, being down.
Yeah,
I don't know about Justin Herbert. That's my way to say it in Portuguese. Couldn't roll the R, though.
I mean, Fields?
I feel like I just saw something.
No, Fields is decent.
Okay.
Let's go with Daniel Jones.
Not on the list.
Oh, gosh. All right, so we're going to start throwing out some names here.
There's a couple layups
I'm trying to think.
here.
Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter got on the list.
Nope.
Golly, layups.
Are you kidding?
Layups? I'm trying to think of a trash quarterback.
There's a couple ones that I'm surprised by, but there's some layups you guys are missing.
Let's slow down, even though the clock's going. Like as Kyle, we're getting close to the airport. Just start thinking of teams.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, Jimmy G. Let's throw. I mean, might as well.
No. Don't just throw out Jimmy G right now. Throw out teams. Get
Derek Carr, Saints.
Seattle, not Gino. Saints, Derek Carr. Think of if there's a layup. There's
Russell
a layup.
Wilson, Broncos. Josh Dobbs, the Cardinals.
Solid.
He's been solid, but like maybe he's on this list.
What about the Redskins?
1 minute.
The
Sam Howell. Sam Howell probably on this list.
Nope.
Oh my God.
It's because we call them the Redskins.
We got to get the rest right.
Shoot, I mean, all the scrubs obviously good. My God, I guess Jordan Love is a scrub. All these other scrubs, or maybe completion percentage means nothing.
What about like Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
Oh,
final.
Mac Jones sucks.
Yep, he's ninth worst at 62.5%.
Tua Tagovailoa.
No.
He's throwing the ball a lot. I'm thinking of high volume passers.
30 seconds.
Lamar Jackson. Oh, Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett final.
Correct. He is third worst at 59.8%.
Oh, you know who sucked it? Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow final.
Eighth.
All right, I'm on a roll, baby. Lamar Jackson, because his team can't catch the damn ball.
Lamar.
Nope.
Damn.
Oh, all right. Hey, I was fine with it. Brad,
9, 8,
get that off my
7,
ear. We lost.
6,
I get it.
5.
We get it.
Put it down.
All right.
So here's
that was a heck of a run, though, Dan. That was unbelievable. What a rush.
Brad and I did absolutely nothing there.
No.
So when Kyle was rolling, that's when you got to take a step back. I was fine with Lamar. He's probably mid-pack right now. Did we mention the other two?
Ryan Tannehill. Oh, crap.
So you guys mentioned Anthony Richardson and did not say his. And
that's my bad. Hand up.
He was second worst in the NFL, other than Jordan Love at 59.5%.
Ha!
There's second name I'll put down.
Just take us through it all, Maxie.
Okay, so other than Jordan Love, the worst is Andy Dalton at 58.6%.
Oh!
Which is a tough one.
I didn't know he had enough attempts.
Yeah, that's why.
Was Minshew on there?
No, he's been great. And I didn't check the attempts, but even if he did, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be on this list. Matthew Stafford is fifth worst at 61.1%.
Oh, interesting.
C.J. Stroud, sixth worst at 61.3%.
Really?
I cannot believe none of you guys said Justin Fields at 61.8%, seventh worst. And then Ryan Tannehill, 10th worst at 63.4%. You guys got 4 correct.
We said every name but 2 of them. Dang.
So when I said
that hurts,
I was thinking Anthony Richardson and Justin Fields, and neither one of you guys didn't even sniff about Justin Fields, which is mind-boggling.
Well, we thought Justin Fields would be better.
Well, it's a fascinating list because Joe Burrow is on there. You know what I mean? Like, you think they were going to preseason AFC title contender. We're a little late.
No, we outthunk ourselves on this one.
Yes.
That was we really outsmarted
and here's the thing. What we need to do is we need to be better than the Packers coming off of a loss right now. After this feels like the Detroit loss. We're coming back in 2 minutes. We are going to bring energy and be better than what we were this last segment. All right?
Yes.
How's that for a coach?
That.
How's that for a coach? I got an identity for us. Already more than Matt LaFleur. Coming back, KBN in 2 minutes.
You're Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, I've been a fan of you since Scalzo and Brust was on the air. You kind of are like a Pat McAfee for the ESPN Milwaukee. You kind of revolutionized this channel and stuff. And so I love KBN. I listen on the podcast a lot.
Leo, I'm here for you, and I appreciate everything you say. We love you listening, and you can call in every day and say that. I won't get old.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Get to and... Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strofe, your Sports Center update brought to you by Green Bay Game Night. Join Homer, Gabe Neitzel, Mark Tauscher, and Jason Wilde for reactions and analysis immediately after every Green Bay football game this season right here on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand. Plenty of reaction necessary this past week. Luckily, we get a little break in between as the Packers roll into their bye week following an embarrassing loss at the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday night. The team now 2-3. They will play the Denver Broncos, not this weekend, but the following as they return from their bye in week number 7. College football, big one at Camp Randall Stadium Saturday afternoon. The Heartland Trophy on the line between the 5-1 Iowa Hawkeyes and the 4-1 Wisconsin Badgers. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff on Fox Saturday afternoon. The Badgers currently favored by 9.5 points as they go up a former teammate of theirs, Deacon Hill, the quarterback of the Hawkeyes. And in the NBA, Bucks-Lakers preseason game coming up on Sunday night, 6 o'clock tip-off, 5:30 pregame right here on 100.5 ESPN. And both Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo expected to play for Milwaukee. KBN continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Live from Who's on Layton, this is Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. Make sure you try their Cajun pasta or the brat burger, because listen to this, it's topped with a beer cheese spread, sauerkraut, and served on a pretzel bun. I mean, that doesn't get any more Wisconsin than that, folks. Who's on Layton? 517 West Layton Avenue is where you can find us. Compliments of the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. Already games on the TV, even the replays. I judge a bar based off their TVs, right? What's on the TVs? Are they just letting something rerun that was on an obscure channel? No. They're like, hey, we're going to give you some action. We're going to give you some football, which means they're getting ready for the Thursday night game tonight. So make sure you stop on by the brand new Who's on Layton. I'm Ben Brust. He's Kyle Wallace, the heartbeat of the show. Brad Nortman leaving us shortly to go to Charlotte, and we have it on Twitter at KBN ESPN. I still can't get over this. The fact that Kyle Wallace is he left his father in Atlanta. I mean, like, I want people to hear that. Kyle Wallace boarded a flight when the gate agent told him that it's going to be closing soon.
Yep.
And you left your pops in Atlanta.
Absolutely. He made a decision.
You are heartless.
Listen, life is all about making decisions, and he made the decision that he needed to go to the bathroom, not on the plane, and I made the decision I wanted to get back to Milwaukee.
Okay, how about this? What if it was your girlfriend?
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Me and my dad, we've been around each other for a very long. At that point, it was almost 19 years we've been around each other. It is what it is. I'm trying to build something special with a lady.
You're not trying to build something special.
Me and
with
my
your
dad already had something built. He'll get over it, but a woman, somebody you care about, she may hold that against you. And the last thing I want to do is have to look that woman in her eyes every day. Remind her of the person that left her at the airport.
Is that a break-upable offense? What's the word I'm looking for here?
Yeah, like almost like a fireable offense. Like, is that like break-upable? I think it might be, because that would be really indicative of what your priorities are. That's a whole lot of like, I'm looking out for me and I ain't worried about you, and that will never go well in a relationship with a father-son. I can maybe start to, and maybe like you could give him crap for that and vice versa. With a woman, that is like personal. Like, you are not going to be there for me.
Yeah, no. Basically, you get on that flight without her. When you come back, don't go to her house. Your stuff going to be cut up. It's going to be put outside. Your car may be keyed up. I may be talking from experience, but it's going to be some drama you're going to have to come back to.
Okay, hang on. Time out. Talking from experience. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast, but
why not? They're old shows.
I've had some.
They're old shows.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
If the parents know you, they're gonna love you either way.
I know. Yeah.
I've never seen Kyle Wallace speechless.
That is my favorite moment of the show right now. We can talk about just about anything.
Yep.
Boo-booing in the bathroom, leaving your father at the airport. But what the ex-girlfriends have done to Kyle have made him shut up on the show. So if we ever need him to shut up, let's just bring up the X's. 800-990-3776, the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. We also have it based off this conversation. How early should you show up to the airport before your flight? 2.9% say 30 minutes. You guys are crazy. They must live in Madison and go to Dane County, which, like I said, it doesn't even feel like there is security there. 1 hour is creeping up. It's creeping up, Kyle.
Good answer.
28.9%. The majority of people, 40.6%, say an hour and a half, and 27.6% is 2 hours.
Now, I'm going to go vote myself to go boost that up.
Kyle, have you ever had to do the hey, excuse me, I'm late for a flight. Gotta skip the security. Do that whole kind of thing to make up for.
Yeah,
I
hate those people. I try and make it difficult on them because it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Will you not allow them to go? or will you make them pitch it?
I'm just gonna like, I'll let them go.
Box them out.
I'll like box them out a little bit. Pretend I'm like not paying attention. You know what I mean? It's not my fault you showed up late. Figure out your time better. Now, what I will say is it is a little bit annoying, but I will let this pass, is if you are on the plane and you say you have a connecting flight.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You're in the back of the plane. You're like, hey, I got a connecting flight. Do you mind? Sure. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like, no. We're all getting off the plane. At that point, once I'm on, we're all getting off the plane at the same time. I actually think the worst part about airports is the stampede of people when they haven't even called the line yet, and you can't.
That hovering in the gate.
The huddle's the worst.
No, I don't do that. I have never been in a scenario. I mean, listen, I've been in a scenario where I thought about it, but it's never been that crunch of a time. And what annoys me the most is when I see people doing it, and then I see them getting on the same plane later as me, and I'm like, ain't that something? Because I'm already thinking, like, I don't want you to skip, but usually it's like a mother with her son or something like that, or her daughter, and they're like, all right, well, whatever, it is what it is. But when I seen them at the same place as me and they was in a rush, I'm like,
It's like when you're on the road and you speed past somebody, and then you both pull up to the red light.
That's me.
That's right.
That's me. I'll definitely be turning let me just look straight. I know I'm fast. I'm going to look straight.
Yeah, I heard you're the Wild West on the road.
I drive like a Kia boy.
Driving like a Kia boy. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-3776. We got to do our Cover 5 picks because we're going to lose Bradley Nortman to his great vacation he's going on to Charlotte. So we're going to need a KBN Nation picker. As it stands right now, after we did our picks for Week 5, Kyle Wallace, 13-7, Brad, 11-9, Ben, 10-10, and the KBN Nation picker, which is somebody each week, is 9-11. So it's anybody's game right now. So let's go with caller 3. Caller 3 to be the KBN Nation picker. We got 5 games against the spread. All you got to do is bring that football knowledge. That's it. Bring the football knowledge, and you can participate as part of Kyle Brust and Nortman's Cover 5 Challenge, the KBN Nation picker. 800-990-3776. And while Maxie gets you at 800-990-3776, Kyle's going to tell us, maybe he's smart at this game, but he's also smart at the office.
Oh, I am very smart at the office. And just today, I got to utilize that amazing technology that we have at our GKB office that comes from Smart Spaces. See, we live in this virtual world, and every company has to adjust to that, and they have to be able to navigate that. And that's why you have to find a company like Smart Spaces that makes that adjustment, that journey less painful. And so when your company needs a smarter space, you can definitely go to Smart Spaces. They help you become beautifully integrated across all environments, whether you need to get TVs, you need to get speakers, whether you need to make sure that you can project onto a screen by just a push of a button. Just to join the meeting, Smart Spaces gets you set up, and they make your dream of having an integrated office become a reality. So definitely improve your business today by going to smartspaceswi.com. I'm telling you, improve your business, make it more seamless in your office by going to smartspaceswi.com. You will never regret that.
800-990-3776. Caller 3 to be the KBN Nation guest picker on our Cover 5 picks. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like, it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not Quaker, is it? Chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that made me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. As we celebrate 90 years of serving the Madison area, to commemorate this occasion, we'll be giving away a .90 carat lab-grown diamond to one lucky customer. You can register to win at our store at 220 State Street or find us on Facebook or Instagram for your chance to enter the contest. Throughout October, we'll have a flash sale and other days when you can save up to 30% on some of our most coveted jewelry styles. 90 years in business is a long time. Help us make more timeless moments for you, our loyal customers. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Help us celebrate 90 years in business. In October, we'll have a flash sale and you can save up to 30% on selected jewelry styles. Visit us at 220 State Street or find us on Facebook or Instagram for your chance to win a .90 carat lab-grown diamond. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933. Yes, 1933. That's 90 years. Help us celebrate and make more timeless moments.
The best is at Goodman's.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Greeny.
We all love to make fun of Hembo. Tell Bubba, as you told me, about your dinner last night.
My wife, Lizzie, makes a lovely penny vodka.
It's penne.
Okay, are you from Sicily?
I'm from planet Earth. No one says penny. It's not 1 cent's worth of vodka. It's penne vodka.
Tasted like it cost 1 cent.
Whoa!
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app.
The board-certified and fellowship-trained physicians at Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin have been treating patients in the Madison area for over 2 decades, specializing in a wide range of areas, including sports medicine, joint replacement, spine, and more. The team utilizes the latest in non-surgical and surgical treatment options that are individualized for your goals and lifestyle. Convenient and accessible with appointments available within 24 hours. Get back to being active and doing what you love. Visit orthospinecenters.com. That's orthospinecenters.com.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Got stove after stove, so gonna smoke. They tell me to quit, no listen what I'm told. They help me forget that this world is so cold. I don't even know what I'm chasing no more. Tell me what I want.
Live from Who's on Layton at the brand new bar and restaurant in Milwaukee. Stop by after work and enjoy a nice cold Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Grab some curds, some wings, a sandwich, a burger. They got it all here at 517 West Layton. Love the TVs that they got here. You know it's a great bar. Love the square bar there as well that they have. High top tables, some slots if that's your kind of thing. It's my kind of thing. It's your kind of thing. Whatever your kind of thing is. They have it here at Who's on Layton. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. And it's time to make some Cover 5 picks. All right, so I reset the standings before, but real quickly, after week 5, we started a week late, just so you guys know. I am at 10-10, Brad is at 11-9, and Kyle is at 13-7. The KBN Nation picker went 3-2. That was Marcus and Waukesha last weekend, which got KBN Nation 9-11. So Mike and Madison, welcome in to KBN.
Yo, what up?
All right, well, you got to carry the weight here for KBN Nation. So what we're going to do, we're going to go Brad, Kyle, you, then me. So let's start with our guy, Bradley. Bradley, the Vikings play the Chicago Bears. They are 2.5-point favorites on the road against the Bears.
This is just a nasty game. Totally a nasty game. The Vikings without Justin Jefferson, huge loss for that team. The Bears getting a little bit of momentum, a little bit of belief maybe. Call me crazy. I'm going to go with the Bears and the points.
Oh, so we must not think the Bears suck that bad anymore. So I guess we'll find out this week how good the Bears.
Or both teams just suck.
They both teams just suck. I know Justin Jefferson isn't playing, but I still trust in what the Vikings have on offense. And that team, they can't fall to 1-5, can they? The Minnesota Vikings can't fall to be that bad. And so I think the Vikings cover this 2.5, and they win that ball game on the road.
Just because my brother has placed a bet with me, I can't in good faith do that. But let's go to Mike and Madison. Mike, minus 2.5. I think the Vikings at the Bears.
I think they're gonna with Jefferson being on injury too, and they're just tanking. I think they're just gonna tank for the rest of the season or whatever. So I'm going with the Bears.
There it is. I'll go with the Vikings as well. It's a divisional game. It's gross. Anything can happen in this type of game. So I hate this game. I think the Bears is where I would want to pick, but I can't do it with my brother. So I'll go Vikings minus 2.5. Moving along to in the division, the Detroit Lions minus 3.5 at Tampa Bay. Go Bradley.
Man, this is an interesting one. I just think Detroit is playing so well. I like Detroit. I think they're going down there, and I don't think the NFC South. I know they got 3 teams with 3 wins, but I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're good enough to keep up with Detroit. Momentum for the Lions keeps going. Give me the Lions by a touchdown.
Woo! Lions by the touchdown. I think you're absolutely right. When the when the Buccaneers did play a good team like the Eagles, they did not play very well. So I'm going to go with the Lions. They're hot, and I think they deserve to be one of the top 4 teams in the NFC, and we need to look at them that way, and they're going to establish that this week. So I got them. They're the underdog?
No, they are the favorite.
Oh, they're the favorite. Okay.
3-point favorite.
I still take them on this.
Go ahead, Mike. Minus 3.5 Lions at Bucs.
I think the Lions get a little speed bump this week, and I'm going to take the Bucs.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I like the points plus 3.5. I think there's value in just taking the points for the home team. The Lions, historically, under Dan Campbell, have not been as good on the road as they have been at home. Maybe they put that narrative to rest, but I'm not willing to do it yet. Let's move over to Monday Night Football, as the Packers are on bye, so we'll not be picking the Packer game. Dallas, minus 2 at the LA Chargers. Bradley.
This is the ultimate game of 2 teams I don't trust, that they should be better. I don't trust either of them. So for that reason, just give me the Chargers. I think that they've got a good team, and their offensive coordinator is the offensive coordinator last year for the Cowboys. Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
So a little bit of inside information there. Give me the Chargers at home as an underdog.
Yeah, I don't trust the Chargers. They seem to always have some type of close game every week. But the Cowboys, They every time I pick against them, they seem like they do well except for last week. So I'm going to continue the trend of picking against the Cowboys because I cannot stand the Dallas Cowboys. So I will also go with the Chargers as well. Come on, Justin.
I think it's a good bounce-back spot, but let's go to Mike.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys need to bounce back, so I'll take the Cowboys this week.
Yeah, there's something about the Chargers. Like, I still would trust the defensive playmaking on Dallas versus the unknowns of like what you're going to get from Brandon Staley every single week of him being a degenerate coach. Brandon Staley as a coach is what I am at the casinos of Las Vegas. I will go with the Dallas Cowboys in that game. Let's do a little college action. Before we get to the Badgers, let's do the best top 25 matchup in college football, which I believe to be Oregon and Washington, where College Game Day will be. Oregon on the road at Washington. Washington minus 3.
Wow, that is a great game. I could see it going either way.
Oh, thanks, Brad.
That's my analysis of the game. Give me the Oregon Ducks. I like their speed. I like where they're at. They've been there before. Washington is a great team, but I like the Oregon Ducks.
Man, that's tough. Michael Penix Jr., I believe, is the quarterback out there for Washington. We saw Oregon play. We saw them beat up on
Prime.
Colorado, beat up on Prime, and saying games aren't won on social media and through clicks. But, man, they got a Heisman candidate out there in Washington, so I think I'm going to roll with Washington to cover on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go, Mike, I am so sorry. It's because I'm not in studio, so I can't see anything. Mike, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Washington, too.
All right, I got Washington as well. I like Michael Penix Jr., 16 TDs to 2 interceptions. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a fun game. I just like rooting for Penix for some reason. He's fun to watch. But so is Oregon. It's going to be a great game. And lastly, the Wisconsin Badgers. This is a weird-ass game. The over-under is 34. And it feels
rightfully so.
Rightfully so. And I actually would probably bet the under, and I'm not even joking. But the Badgers are favored by 9.5. So that would mean they'd have to win Jeepers Christmas like 21 to 10, 24 to 13, and that would go over.
That's true. That is wild. Man, I don't think Iowa has the capacity to score. I know that the Wisconsin defense hasn't been great, but they legitimately cannot throw the football. Their offense has been a joke. So I literally think if the Badgers can get 17 points, they'll cover. So give me the Badgers.
Yeah, it's supposed to have a little bit of rain, especially early in the morning, but the game's at 3, rain in the afternoon, and the thing is the Badgers like to throw the football. They need to throw it better. But Deacon Hill for Iowa, he's not good. They're not going to be able to score any points, but I just don't trust the Badger offense to be able to get it going against Iowa the way they need to. I think they win that football game, but 9 points, double digits seems like or almost double digits seems like a stretch. So I'm going to go with the Badgers to win, but not cover. I'm not going to say the other way around.
Mike in Madison, you're there.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one there. I got the Badgers to win, but I don't got them to cover.
Yeah, again, it's such a weird line. Deacon Hill, former Badger, will likely be playing as the starter.
Yeah, he will
so I'm going to go with the Badgers minus 9.5 because I don't care about the over-under. All I care about is the Badgers getting it done against an abysmal Iowa offense. And it's time for that statement game. If you have a team that sucks that bad on offense and you have an offense you're trying to develop with Braylon Allen and that pass game showed glimpses of something at times, I need some 25-plus yard plays against Iowa. Give me the Badgers minus 9.5. Mike and Madison, thank you for listening. Thank you for being the KBN Nation picker. We'll track your results. Thanks for playing.
It sounds good. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
That's Mike and Madison, part of KBN Nation. And coming up next, also part of it, is Jason Wilde. We'll get Jason to give us a little insight on Matt LaFleur. Is like I'm continuing to be curious on Matt LaFleur and if he's going to change his approach over this 10-11 day stretch differently than he did what was almost a bye week last week heading into the Raiders game. Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch, you can hear 9 to noon across these various stations, joins us next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, live from Who's on Layton.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
This is a complete joke. The fact that y'all think that Taylor Swift has more universal appeal than Usher is ridiculous.
I'm stunned you're against that.
No, I'm just confused. I didn't realize that. Oh, 4
Did you
pop
know
songs.
there's more people in the world than Kyle that have judgments of music?
Maybe I just need to get out more. You know what I'm saying? I thought I grew up in a suburban environment that allowed me to understand different people, but something is up with y'all.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. You heard me talk about them for years. I have my big blue truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. It is a Silverado. If you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Chevy Silverado or Colorado, I recommend Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Go see my guy Dan out there. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair.
so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The Prairie Athletic Club offers more for your money than any other health club in the area. Train in CrossFit, Pilates, hot yoga, and over 150 group fitness classes organized per week. Or upgrade to the PAC's new Platinum membership for unlimited access to these sessions, along with Training Zone and Boot Camp classes. Then get outside at the Dolphins Cove Water Park and the Prairie Pines Golf Club in Sun Prairie. Call, stop by, or visit prairieathletic.com today. Prairie Athletic Club, family, fun, and community.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you. And every Saturday night that you ain't keep my tears blue. And these blinding lights, they shine.
Live from Who's on Late, the brand new bar and restaurant in Milwaukee. Stop by after work, enjoy a nice cold Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. They have great food, great TVs, and NFL will be on tonight. Joining us now, because that's what the music that you're hearing means, is Jason Wildion, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light, across ESPN Wisconsin. Jason, it's bye week for the Green Bay Packers. I'll start here, because we asked Rob Domofsky last week, heading into the Las Vegas game. Of the 2-2 teams, there were 12 of them. He had them in the top 3 of the 2-2 teams. Is this team any good?
Not in its current form. It's not terrible, but it's not good enough. No, I mean, look, I understand we have this conversation a lot, but this is a process, and some people expect it to be further along than others. You know, I have seen how young players, even when they're surrounded by veterans, take a while to get the hang of things. So when you throw a bunch of young players all together on one side of the football and then mix in a fourth-year quarterback who is a starter for the first time after riding the pine for 3 years, I'm sorry, this is what I expected. There's good, there's bad, and there's ugly, and we've gotten a little bit of all those things, but probably of late, more bad and more ugly than good. And sometimes that's the case when you're talking about young players who are finding their way as frontline players in the NFL.
Jason, there's a lot of issues this team has to tackle over the short and long term. But as you look at it, if the Packers could address one thing, just one thing over the bye, address it and conquer it, what would be that thing that helps them the most? What would you say, you know what, Packers, if you're going to address something, address this, and is that where their focus should be?
Well, you and I have been friends now for a while. Now that I've met you in person, finally, it took a while. But, you know me better than that. There's no way I'm ever going to give you one thing. I can't do that. So I'll give you two. I'll give you two and limit myself to two. The first one is get Aaron Jones healthy. I think that's the most important thing. I think that they beat Atlanta if he's playing. I think they beat the Raiders if he's playing. And suddenly now you're looking at a team that's 4-1 instead of 2-3. And Brust isn't asking me, are these guys any good? That's the margin in the NFL. You played in the NFL. You know that it's 4, 5 plays, sometimes even fewer, that are the difference between winning and losing. And if you have Aaron Jones involved in those plays, chances are those are going to be good plays for you more often than they're bad plays. So that's the first thing. The other thing is Jordan Love's completion percentage. Now, there's a variety of ways to increase that number without just throwing constantly short, easy-to-complete passes that don't gain much yardage. Certainly they need to use the scheme to his benefit more and find plays that are going to effectively scheme guys open for him so he has some easy throws. They have to impress upon all these young receivers and tight ends. 9 guys we're talking about here. 3 rookie tight ends, 3 rookie wide receivers, 3 second-year wide receivers. They have to get better at being in the right place at the right time and running the right routes in the right way. And I keep going back to this, but LaFleur put it out there for us. The 3rd and 3, where we all saw Luke Musgrave get chewed out, which LaFleur's not a chewer-outer per se, but certainly get a stern talking to on the sideline. He ran the wrong route. And if he'd run the right route, they'd have picked that up, and who knows, maybe they go in and score a touchdown on that opening drive instead of punting. So whether it's that, whether it's the scheme, whether it's just demanding that Jordan be more decisive and maybe take a few more checkdowns than he's taking, he can't keep completing 55.6% of his passes. He can't. You can't win that way, especially in an offense that is designed for you to complete around 65% of your passes. So those are the top 2, and then everything after that. There's certainly plenty more on the list, but those have to be in the top 2.
Well, I'll allow the 2 answers because those were 2 good answers, Jason. Kyle?
they were good answers. So, Jason, you talked about something that I really feel like the Packers are struggling with, and it's youth. And so after the Packers started out 2-1, you thought maybe, 6 game, that prediction of winning 6 games was kind of, they're going to win more than that. Where do you stand now when it comes to your overall season prediction after the first 5 games of the season?
Yeah, it's certainly easier to see them only winning 6 games suddenly, right? I thought they were going to beat the Raiders, right? I did. I didn't think they were going to beat the Lions. Although, again, path of least resistance. I pick the Packers to win every week when we do predictions. Look,
it's a smart thing to do, Jason. That's the Kyle method.
It is, and it works. If they lose to, let's all be honest here. If they lose to Denver, as bad as Denver is, and now they're kind of in fire sale mode on top of it, then there's going to be, whatever we have now will be to the nth degree. That if you lose coming out of the bye to that team, there's going to be big panic in River City. If they win, they're sitting at 3-3 after 6 games, and you feel better about them, right? Even if it's not going to be perfect the way they might beat the Broncos. So to me, I think I'm going to be wrong. I maintain I'm going to be wrong. If I am wrong, next time you guys are at Who's on Layton, the beer-battered Brew City Skinny Fries will be on me if I'm wrong, because I'm looking at those along with a house kettle chips and thinking I got to try these.
Yeah, you have to. As we're joined by Jason Wilde here, you can hear him on Wilde and Tausch across these various stations from 9 to noon as Jason joins us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. And we're live at Who's on Layton, which he mentioned, with great TVs and great food. Jason, were you at the Tuesday presser with Matt LaFleur?
I was, yeah. I asked about 40% of the questions, it felt like.
What did you make of the identity answer? Because, I find it really interesting for a fifth-year head coach to be talking about trying to develop an identity, whereas if, and again, we've been using Dan Campbell as an example. I don't think, we're saying Matt LaFleur needs to be him. You can be different types of coaches. But if you were to ask all 53 guys on the Lions what their identity is, I think you'd get a pretty consistent answer. I don't know what you'd get from every Packer if you ask them that.
Yeah, I think identities are forged from year to year. Now, some coaches obviously have a very clear-cut identity. Look, I like Dan Campbell. I remember him as a player. I love his, biting kneecaps and all this other stuff. But one of the reasons why they're good is because they've got a really smart offensive coordinator who's getting the most out of Jared Goff and really doing a good job of designing plays and everything else. So, I think this identity stuff, there's no doubt. That was the longest answer I've heard in a long time. It's got to be top 5 longest answers from a coach in my time covering the team. It was almost 5 minutes that he went on about that. And it was Bill Huber from Sports Illustrated who asked. It was great, and I really enjoyed it. And I like Matt after losses. I know Packers fans don't want them to lose, but when Matt's talking after a loss, he's pretty good, and he's pretty introspective and acknowledging his own failures. And I thought for the first time, or not the first time, but in a rare instance, he also was flat out honest about his team and about his players. And some of the, for him to go through that portion of that answer to Bill where he's talking about how, we'll have the exact right play dialed up against the exact right look, and we're getting the bare minimum of yardage. That's execution, and that is a direct criticism of your players, which he doesn't generally do. Now, didn't name anybody, and he was clearly uncomfortable when we pressed him on the Luke Musgrave play, but he eventually gave it up and admitted, he ran the wrong route. I mean, so to me, identity is forged when you are starting to do things consistently well, and you can, as he says in his answer, hang your hat on something. I thought their identity coming into the season was going to be they were going to have a really good offensive line. They were going to have a really good running game because A.J. Dillon was going to bounce back from, by his own admission, not being very good last year when he and I talked during the offseason. I remember talking about that with you and Scalzo back then. With Aaron Jones healthy, with David Bakhtiari playing, 12 to 14 games, and they were going to run the ball really well, and they were going to do stuff off play action to make life easy for Jordan Love. That was what I thought their identity was going to be. And then on defense, it was going to be sometimes they're going to play well, and sometimes they're going to play really poorly, but most of the time they're going to be kind of mediocre. That's what I thought their defensive identity was going to be.
Jason, I just have to say that answer was encouraging because of the fact that one thing that we're worried about is this team is young. This team needs to develop. To hear you say that there is something we can measure ourselves at, we're running the wrong routes. The right play was dialed up, but we're getting the bare minimum. We can evaluate 6 weeks from now to see them, okay, they're now running the right routes. Okay, now they're maximizing the play and actually, scoring on that play or getting a big chunk on that play. And so at least now as Packers fans, we have something to kind of measure up for progress going in the right direction for this team.
Well, I'm glad you're encouraged. I'm glad I can deliver that because usually, ask Alex Strofe how often I make him feel encouraged about the Packers, and he would say not very often.
He's more optimistic than I am. So
that is true. That's what happens when you're born in that area versus born in Milwaukee. You have a little bit of a different blood color like Alex Strofe does.
Jason, it's a bye week for the Packers. Does that mean Jason Wilde has a bye weekend? And if so, what does Jason Wilde do on his bye weekend?
I just got a flu shot, and I'm old enough that I need a shingles shot, apparently, so that was cool. The good news is I had
a colonoscopy the next day, too?
I had that last year, actually.
That's right. That's right.
And the good part about talking to you knuckleheads is that Maddie and Sid and Paula were next, and I said, hey, I got to go. I got to go talk to KBN. So I wasn't there. The girls are old enough now where you would think they wouldn't lose their you-know-what when they get their shots, but I think they probably did, I'm going to predict. But I'm still, I took today off from the show, but I wanted to make sure I joined you guys and Homer later. I'm still writing. I talked to my good buddy Kirk Ferentz today. That was fun because I'm working on a story about Christian Welch, who played at Iowa and is from Iola, Scandinavia. So I'm not really doing anything fun. I think we're going to go to a pumpkin patch, though, because I hear that those are very enjoyable. I know I enjoy them.
Well, Jason, enjoy your bye week. Enjoy the pumpkin patch, and I guess enjoy getting old and getting shots that you didn't know you had to get.
Well, I've heard about some of the shots you've had to get, but that's another story for another day.
Well played. Well played. You take care. Be good, all right?
You too, buddy. All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
There it is. Jason Wilde. You can hear him on Wilde and Tausch from 9 to noon across these very stations. We'll be back. We'll wrap up the last segment before we lose Madison to our great friends Rutledge and Hamilton, and we take you till 5 from Who's on Layton. That's next. Kyle, Brust, Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Blessed to be joined by Mark Tauscher here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, him giving us and you the time to speak with all of us here across ESPN Wisconsin.
You're annoying. You are so annoying.
What? What are you talking about?
You're just annoying.
All right. All right. If that's your opinion, I'm sure others echo it as well. I will say that.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. From the team.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The nationally top-ranked Wisconsin volleyball team is rolling. The Badgers have won 21 straight sets and have yet to drop a set in Big Ten play. The team is 15-0 overall and 6-0 in conference play and prepares for a 2-match homestand this weekend. Friday night, the Badgers will host Rutgers, and Sunday play host to Maryland. Recapping last week, middle blocker CeCe Crawford was named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week thanks to 12 blocks and 2 3-set wins over Iowa and Illinois.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limits apply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SV Pod, along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, you know, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
You'll notice that some jewelry stores in the area are giving big, deep down discounts, as much as 60%. But you know what they're doing, don't you? They're just marking it up to mark it down. That's why for over 30 years, Chalmers Jewelers has offered you truth in pricing. You will always find great value on unique custom jewelry at Chalmers Jewelers, either in-store or chalmersjewelers.com.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
We're here.
You brought me to a cornfield to see a scarecrow?
Well, the mortgage lender said the money for our home is in Scarecrow.
I think they said escrow.
Oh.
There's a lot to learn when buying your first home. That's why UW Credit Union offers home loans with local expertise and a lowest closing cost commitment to make the journey easy. UW Credit Union. Apply today. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It is so screaming good because that's what I'll be having tonight. Be enjoying some food and then my late night snack. Probably halftime. You know, we're at who's on third right now? Who's on late? I know a lot of people are used to saying that. Who's on late right now?
All in the family.
But when it comes to halftime, probably I'm going to need that snack. And that tavern style, thin and crispy, those are the ones that hit the spot for the watching sports or celebrating a win. But also, you can feed the whole family with the Screamin' OGs. You got the Bestie's Revenge. You got the Holy Pepperoni. You got the Boss Hog. You got the Supremus Maximus. Max, let's see if you can step in here. The Mambo Italiano.
Huh?
How have you not know how to do the Mambo? Mambo! Find your screaming pleasure in your local grocer's freezer. Max, the hard part is now is you're not going to get any free Palermos. You would have got, if you would have nailed the Mambo there, you would have gotten some free Palermos.
Yeah.
But this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. We are at Who's on Layton. And we talked about it yesterday. We were sitting in the studio, and on ESPN, it was not just a highlight of something that the Bucs did. It was a sit-down. It was a sit-down with John Horst, and it was a sit-down with Adrian Griffin. And so there's been a lot of change in the Wisconsin sports world. You go from really I'll say it. It was a 30-year change in Wisconsin football, from Barry to Bielema to Chris, like the foundation of Wisconsin football. It was very well known what you were going to get week to week. There is a changing of the way that they are playing football in Madison. That's because they have a new head coach in Luke Fickell. And the offensive system, and obviously even the defensive system of what we're used to, is changing. You have Jordan Love. I mean, that's another 30 years. Back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Now you have Jordan Love. And then when it comes to the Bucs, there's new change here. Coach Budenholzer, he won you a championship. He didn't win you the championship. Giannis won you that championship. His free throws, I think he was 19 of 20 from the line in Game 6 against the Phoenix Suns. That team got it done. They won a championship. But there is change. Which change are you more confident in? Luke Fickell, Jordan Love, or Adrian Griffin moving forward? That's what we're going to get to next in about 2 minutes. But got to give a shout-out again to Who's on Layton. We have been here. We are enjoying a ton of the great food. They got tons of TVs. Make sure you come out, check it out. It's brand new. We are here courtesy of the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. And on Twitter, at KBN. And you know what? I agree, John, in the 414. There are some things that will change. And the Mambo will never be the same without Josh DiMaggio. Josh DiMaggio is the producer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy from 7 and 9. Have you heard him do the Mambo, Brad?
I have. Actually, our first show together, he made a special appearance and he gave us a Mambo. And I was an avid Scalzo and Brust listener, so I was like, to see it in person, beautiful, utterly beautiful.
Should we have Mambo tryouts?
Oh, I like that.
I like it.
All right, Max, I don't know if you earn a tryout because you
No, he
said,
failed that.
He had it.
Give me a chance. Give me a chance.
All right.
No, you don't listen to the show, clearly.
Yeah. He's just sitting back there getting his fantasy lineups ready. All right, ready, Max? The Supremus Maximus, the Mambo Italiano.
Mambo!
Little high pitch, but a good effort. Little high pitch,
Not bad.
but a good effort. Like I said, we'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll be on 94.5 ESPN at 1430, ESPN Beaver Dam. Coming up next in Madison.